All right. In their video, I've talked about doing a quick run through on my boat and the setup. So here we go. You can see it's starting here in the back. It's a dual trailer setup. I have the little oil caps. About 2 years into it, one of the sills had worn down, and that will turn white. So it turned a little white. So went down, bought a new sill, took it off, put the new one in. Worked out great. Um, if I'm doing long trips, I'll stop about an hour into the trip just to check on them, make sure that they're dark and they're not heating up. So that's just me. A little overdo it. There's my 9.9 kicker, high thrust Yamaha, and my 150. In the back here, you set up. So here you can see on these is my transducer wire. I have these little clips here, and I use the marine Loctite to stick them on there, and I haven't had any issues. This is for my washdown pump, and that, believe it or not, is my bilge pump. I wish they would have changed it, but and piped it out somewhere on the side. Of course, they can't because these are the pontoon ones. They also moved the gas. I think that's around 19 or 2019. Mine's a 2021, but my buddy has I think it's a 2018, and he has it on the side. So they had relocate those. Here's my tie downs. So I have these automatic ones. Um, I like them better than the ones where you have to completely take off, put in the back of your bed, and then bring out these ones just attached to your trailer. This is my second pair. My first one's rust out, so hopefully these will last longer than one season. So far, so good. The other setup there, that hatch is to access where my bilge pump is. So if things get clogged, which is kind of a pain because you got to crawl back here and see what's going on down there. So it's not the optimal setup, but that's how you access it. There's my antenna setup. I have a pretty good size antenna. If I would go back now, I would mount one up top there, probably just a 4.5 footer. But I wanted a good sized antenna and quality in my front area. There's the wrench that comes with it, and there's my anchor setup. I've only used it once, and it's worked pretty good. So there's the tongue of the trailer. This is rusted out, the spring, so I'm going to have to get a new spring or get a new setup. I know they're not super expensive. That's a 2-speed setup. You can see it on there. It makes it really nice, especially if you're putting it on yourself. Here you can see this clip. Stabicraft doesn't have the hole big enough for these giant hooks, so you have to buy an adapter. It's kind of a pain, but that's what you got to do. Go my next video here. So we're in the back of the boat, and this is the bait tank area. It's not insulated, but I think the newer models do come insulated. There you can see there's my bait cooler. So I just put a little bait cooler in there. So I put all my herring and things in there, or squid, or whatever you're going to fish with. Most people use the bait or the fish bags, which is super nice. And you also get these longer. And then some people, you can have it changed where you can just have it for storage, for your tackle storage. Down here in the battery setup, one of the things I'm going to show you is what I did. Excuse me. I put 27s in. They fit fine. It came with 24s, but this year I've upgraded them to 27s. So you have them set up there. As you can see, I take off the power when I'm not using the boat. But I clip on this little gauge here, which is a nice little battery indicator. So you can hook it up. I have a little Velcro so you can take it on and off. So it's on there. It'll power up. It'll show you 12.7 volts at 81%. And you can switch it out. You can leave it on. And so when you start the motor, you can see that your alternator is working. It should go up. So yeah, I think that's a nice set up to have. That way you know before you go. There you can see my cables that goes out to my downrigger. So I have a downrigger plug here. Set up the gunner setup. I got an emergency ladder. So on the gunnels here, it's pretty roomy. So I have my emergency ladder that clips on here in case somebody falls off or you're a tube and you need a ladder. This is I think I've talked about this before, my garbage bag kind of set up. It clips on here, and then it has a Velcro bag that you just attach. There's my wash down. Like I said, over there is where you do the intake, which I think they should have moved it and maneuvered a little bit better. But those are just little belt clips, tool bag things, which is super nice because you put one on each side. It just clips on. Put your pliers in there. You can put your little scent. Like I think I got scent in there too. I'll pull out. But you can have your pliers, your clippers, any tools or anything that you want to add on there. If you want a little, those clippers have been great. Last a long time. They have a little rust, but over 3 years, it's been fine. You can see the pole holder setup that's currently on there. There's one, your cup holder, another one, 3 of them in their cup holder. My Scotty downrigger setup. Here's the king queen setup. I don't think you can even order it with this. Originally, I thought it was great. You can have a double seat and some storage, but that back seat isn't really much of a seat. So I do put the TP in there and some other items. But you can see my fire extinguisher, my tools and things kind of go in there so I can easily lift it up and access it. I got some of my gallon bags and other bags down there too, garbage bags. Super nice and convenient, but I would prefer just to have this set up on both sides. There's my flares. There's a first aid kit under there. So easy access. You can reach right in there and grab it. You're good to go. Up here's my gauges. Well, there's the access to the anchor rope. There's the little fan. I think these are less than $20. You charge them up and they last quite a while on low. I think they can go up to like 30 hours on low. But yeah, I think every boat needs a little fan set up. It's nice because it has a little clip and you just clip it on there and focus on wherever you want to turn it. I think that's important to have. Bad thing is the one windshield wiper. Even the newer models, they have the wiper set up like this, right in the front, like right in your way. This one only cleans the starboard side. Screw the port side, I guess. So you got to have the Rain-X spray to spray it on there, so that way it washes off and it splashes. But yeah, I don't know why it's set up like that. I wish they would have just a bigger one, sweep it all the way through as much as possible. But even the newer ones are right in the front. Like, get them out of the way, you know. I don't know why it's set up that way. My radio set up, my gauges, my compass, my Garmin, and then I have my switch panel. I'm going to set up an air radio, and I got an air antenna set up, so it's going to be independent of the battery system. It's going to have its own power. Good thing is that they have such great batteries now, the lithium and things like that, which makes it nice. There's my cup holder with my phone case or whatchamacallit. You want something that's pretty strong gripping, so it grips the whole phone. So that way when you're hitting waves and stuff, your phone doesn't fly away. There's my gauges. If I would have did it differently, I would have put a second gauge thing here of a bunch of spares. That one only has one spare, which goes to my Garmin. Speakers. So I did mine without speakers because I didn't want to have to deal with radio and speakers because they always crash out. So I turn them into little portable charging stations. The cable runs around there and it goes to its own battery. I have a battery in one of those little ammo boxes. I think it's, again, those batteries now you can get them, quite a bit of amp hours, so they can last, a whole weekend without being charged, especially if you're just using it to charge your phone. Those bolster seats are super nice because I just lift them up. So when I'm driving and if I want to kind of cruise when I'm sitting down, then I put them down. You can see how these charging stations and those switches are separate lighting system. Again, just having everything segregated from the batteries, so that way if somebody leaves the lights on, you're not going to run down the batteries. Um, and now with like LEDs and stuff, it's not going to be. I think I'm going to go, yeah, for the fold down seat, which is super nice. You put that down, you can lay across. I've taken that off before. You can completely take it off. But what's nice having that on, if you put all your gear up there, it won't slide off. I don't put anything underneath these cushions except for life jackets. It's not lockable or anything like that, so I don't have much use for it. There's my port side. So starboard and port have their own little charging stations. Yeah, so that's my setup. There's the rubber mats for those kitchens. You just throw a couple of them on there. You see it fits perfect. It's nice. It collects all the gunk so it doesn't go down to your bilge. So if you have small fish, shrimp, baby crab, they don't slide underneath there and get lost and stink up the place. So these catch all that, which is super nice. I'll probably do a video of I'll put carpet tiles because I plan on doing that. So that way, when you're not fishing and whether you're tubing or whatnot, you can put them there and it'll be super comfortable for everybody. So yeah, I think that's kind of all my boat setup. So I'm gonna post another video. I'm gonna go out fishing this weekend out in the Sound. Show you how I fish my boat. Super easy. Um, so yeah, look forward to that picture. I haven't been doing much videos. I went out about 2.5 months ago, halibut bottom fishing out of Westport. Did good. The bad thing is we hit a wave, and I flew up and hit my ankles and kind of put me out of commission for a couple months here. So, but they're all healed up. They're pretty close to it. So, just my brother was driving the boat, and he hasn't driven a Staby before and things like that. So, he's used to his trophy, and you really got to work the throttle when it's kind of nasty out there, out of Westport. So, you got to work with the waves, not try to bulldog them. Otherwise, things are going to break and people are going to get hurt. But he didn't, it wasn't his fault. It's just it takes a little bit of experience to on different boats and things like that. So, anyways, look to see my video on fishing the Sound next. Thank you.